Diddy has erased all content from his Instagram account, leaving it completely empty. Meanwhile, the city of Miami is canceling Diddy Day, effectively removing the event from the calendar. Moreover, an indictment appears imminent, with many speculating that the situation has deteriorated to the point where Diddy might flee the country. Welcome to My Vision Red News. Today we're going to discuss Diddy. Things have been relatively quiet regarding Diddy lately, but today we wanted to update you all because the situation might be intensifying. We're going to play this clip from DJ Academics and Vlad, where they provide some fascinating insights and updates on the current situation and the state of Diddy's affairs. But before we get to the clip, I want to go through a couple of other quick updates. First, Diddy Day has been canceled in Miami Beach. To be perfectly honest, I'm surprised it took this long. He will no longer be celebrated in Miami Beach, which is a significant blow for him. Let's be real, Miami Beach is where he spends most of his time. They have now cut ties with him following all these lawsuits. According to the Miami Herald, they revoked the proclamation declaring October 13th as Sean Diddy Combs Day. The Miami Beach Commission rescinded the honor without debate on Wednesday, June 26, 2024. This is not good for him. New York officials had already asked him to return the key, which he did after they saw the footage involving Cassie. What's even more shocking to me, and we didn't really report on this as it happened, is that about a week ago, he decided to clear his entire Instagram. Many people have since come forward expressing frustration because this includes his apology to everyone, including Cassie. By removing that, he's actually lost a lot of support from people who feel strongly about it. They're saying, if you want to delete stuff, fine, but how could you delete that apology video? On the record, Diddy's representatives and others are saying that since it's already out there, all over the internet and everyone saw it, he needed to clear it as part of starting over. That's the explanation they're giving. We also believe that all of this is happening because the indictment is imminent. Watch this clip. It's going to add a lot of context and updates to where things stand possibly with Diddy.
Yes, that's Diddy.
You are probably, after speaking with so many people very close to the situations, people who have just been around, you've heard the random miscellaneous stories. Diddy today, or actually yesterday, cleared his Instagram out. Yes. I personally believe that Diddy is I'm in preparation mode for this indictment. I've hopefully been speaking to the feds, making sure they know I was never a flight risk. Hopefully, whenever I get arrested, I could be out on bond for this, even though there's a possibility he can't. But I think he's in, I know I'm going to be indicted mode. Let me operate as such. What do you think? You've talked to so many people. You've talked to the bodyguards. You've talked to everything. What do you think is happening?
Well, there's a grand jury happening right now. And a grand jury, 99% of the time, leads to an indictment. Because a grand jury is a process that can go on for months. And you can continuously introduce new evidence, new witnesses, and so forth. You can keep going almost forever until the jury feels there's enough information to indict. And Diddy doesn't have his lawyers present during the grand jury, so there's no one to say this person
isn't telling the truth.
Isn't telling the truth. This is a complete lie. This document is false. They're just bringing one side, a trial with only one side. So he's going to be indicted. I'm 99% sure that he's going to be indicted. Now, what happens after that? Who knows? Me personally, I don't know why people stick around to go to prison. Like, if I was Diddy,
you think he should leave?
If I knew at age 50, what is he, 55 or so?
Yeah.
At 55.
Is that even possible? He has to know. I imagine, by the way, they covered it. They said, hey, he was in Florida this whole time. Remember, they called him at Opelika executive. That's the private jet airport in Florida. So apparently he was going to go to Bahamas on vacation. They stopped him there. He canceled that. He's been in Florida the whole time. But recently he popped up in L.A. Yeah. They believe that he probably told the federal authorities, I'm not running. Because you got to imagine, if he is on a manifest of a jet, and if that shit says international, they're investigating him. They're going to arrest him immediately because they're going to say, we're going to...
But can they arrest him? They can't arrest him until they have an indictment. That's what I'm saying.
No. They can't arrest him pertaining what he will be indicted for. But they could.
You can't arrest him. If you're not indicted, you can't be arrested.
Vlad, can't.
You can't be arrested.
Vlad. You have 100 kilos of coke in your car.
Yeah.
Right? They know you got the kilos of coke in your car, but they don't necessarily have the substantive proof to just have a search warrant to go in your car. You know what they do?
They already got the search warrant.
No, they don't. Hold on.
That's why they raided the house.
Wait. No. But I'm just giving it an example. You know what they do? They tell local. I watch all these body cam video channels. I love them. I don't know why. They tell local law enforcement, pull him over for a traffic infraction. I guess what I'm trying to say, if the feds have any inkling that they feel Diddy's going to leave, they're going to get him in custody for anything. Anything. Hey, they might even tap Broward County. Hey, remember that drug mule that we caught on the plane that we just gave a felony to? We're going to just file drug charges on him to make sure he doesn't leave?
Yeah, they could try, but ultimately his lawyer is going to say this is bullshit. I want my client out and the charges dropped. And then at that point, he could do whatever he wants. Like, at the end of the day, I see what you're saying, but he still has his passport.
Yeah, they're not going to cancel the... I'm pretty
he still
sure...
has his passport. When he's indicted, they're going to take his passport.
Vlad, you don't think that the feds are basically...
As they discuss this, it raises the question, there has to be a reality check for Diddy where he realizes his age, the charges he's facing, and the gravity of the situation. If he did commit the crime, which is why innocent people usually don't run, he might actually consider it as a possibility, especially with more developments emerging. They are trying to bankrupt him right now. Reports suggest he may not be able to afford these lawyers as much as we think, considering the enormous costs involved. This situation could potentially cost a fortune, especially with no income coming in currently. And part of the plan that many believe the feds are executing is to make him feel the financial pressure and squeeze, leading to others turning against him. This was evidenced by the release of that video, which I strongly believe the feds had a hand in leaking. They wanted all his walls to close in on him, financially, his support system, everything, because they are really intent on coming after him now. Again, they must have the evidence. We know Diddy isn't a good guy. We've seen it. He's had to admit that, and it's evident through the Cassie video. There's more evidence suggesting this indictment, and there's speculation about whether he'll face a trafficking charge, among others, which doesn't seem far-fetched considering what's been emerging. We'll have to wait for all the details to come forward. As they're currently presenting the case, probably to the grand jury, we do believe it's very close. Any day now, we might hear news of his indictment, and we'll ensure to keep you updated on this story here. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for alerts, and smash the like button. Stay tuned to My Vision Red News. We appreciate all of you for watching, and thank you for your support.